Hello, 1985 BMW K100 flying brick. I think this is the RS Road Sport as opposed to the RT Road Touring. Never had one of these before. Picked it up with in conjunction with a BMW R90, which was quite nice, and I've sold that, and I'm going to do the same with this. You know, it's a funny old thing to ride actually. That rear shock, it's got a aftermarket rear shock, very hard. Very hard. Brembo brakes up front, nice brakes actually, good brakes, but bit of a kind of weird riding position, Corbin seat on this one. You know, so I took it out for a blast, and it rides. Let's compare it to the FJ12. It's not as torquey as the FJ12. It's not responsive to the FJ12, or not as powerful, and it doesn't seem to handle quite as nice either. Although it's not bad. Oh, fucking dogs around here started barking, for God's sake. Anyway, very narrow handlebars. 61,000 miles and a little bit more. Got to say, got this with an R90. It has no title, so I'm letting it go for like, well, I'm asking $900, and I'm probably going to take $900. The red warning light, that red one comes on and stays on. I don't know why, but I don't really care. So anyway, like I say, I guess they're a reasonable bike. They're pretty cheap. You can pick up decent ones of these with bags and stuff for like $2.5 grand. They go for a long time. Like most BMWs, they have the mother of all batteries nestled under there. Fortunately, there's nothing wrong with this battery. I just had to charge it. Heat shield's missing off the exhaust. It's got a bit of an oil leak, but over that, I mean, it rides nice enough. I mean, it's not really. I guess you'd say it's you know, it's not really my bag. I mean, it just. Yeah, very, very narrow handlebars. I just kind of, I say I don't get it. You know, well, I don't. But like I said, good brake, seems to handle all right. It's nothing special. It's rather heavy. I mean, that's a big, wide engine. If you take a look at that motor, it's got to be like 18 inches wide, if not wider. And so, you know, it's not without reason that they were called the flying brick. You know, because that's kind of what they are. But you know, like any other BMW, some people love them, and no doubt some have clocked up lots of miles. I mean, it's fuel injected, so very responsive off the throttle. You know, here we'll fire this bad boy up until we run out of battery. Let's see where we at. Turn that. Press that. Nice enough, and you hear all the injectors doing their injecting, and the whine from the engine. And I think the 3-cylinder, the K75, I think is the 3-cylinder version of that. I don't know whether that's any better or any worse. I couldn't imagine it being any better, because it's probably the very similar weight. With obviously, you know, probably 3/4 or less of the performance. Say the heat shield's missing off the exhaust. There's one on eBay for $10, and I nearly bought it, but I'm like, what's the point if I'm going to sell this thing? So. You know, it's a nice enough bike, but I don't think I'd ever have one as a serious tool for doing anything. And like I said, I'll compare it to the FJ12, but I think the FJ12 has this beat hands down. So I don't know what else to say really, except I hope this bloke who turns up in a few minutes buys it. Alright, see ya.